Okay.
Joe. I know. Just take it easy. I drove up here as fast as I could. Is there anything new?
No, not yet.
Joe, it's incredible. I just saw him this morning at the office.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ken. Lieutenant Columbo, Mr. Franklin.
How you doing?
Well, the question is, how you doing, Lieutenant?
Well, I'm afraid we just got started.
Has Jim been found yet?
Has he been found yet? Why, did somebody tell you he was gone?
Lieutenant, I just spent several hours driving up here from San Diego. You must know that this story is on every news station.
Oh, right, yeah. Gee, I should have thought of that.
Well, has he been found?
Gee, I'm afraid not, no. What, were you visiting friends in San Diego?
He has a place there, a cabin.
Oh, away for the weekend. Gee, that's nice.
Could we get back to my question? Have you come up with any leads, any clues?
It's a little early for that.
Early? Seems to me your men are standing around just marking time. Could I have a drink, love?
I could use one myself.
Thanks. I'll tell you something, Lieutenant. See, if Mrs. Melville were on this case, oh, she'd be leaps and bounds ahead of you by now.
Is that the lady in the books?
That's right. You see, she would have figured it out that this is not just someone missing. This is a professional killing.
Lieutenant. Lieutenant Columbo, this is Mr. Brimmer.
How do you do?
Lieutenant?
You've heard of Brimmer Associates?
No, I haven't.
Well, it's security and investigations, Lieutenant. You might say you and I are in the same business.
Oh, really?
Matter of fact, I was talking about you just last night. I ran into the commissioner at a party. He speaks very highly of you.
Naturally, you're wondering why Mr. Brimmer's here. Now, please don't take this as a reflection on you, but I've engaged his firm to work on the case.
Well, now, Arthur, I'm here in an advisory capacity, a supplemental capacity only. I don't want the lieutenant to get the idea that I'm competing with him. But there's no reason why a private agency and a public one can't cooperate, is there?
No.
You see, I want as much coverage in this case as possible. And when Mr. Brimmer called and offered his services, I thought it was an excellent idea.
Sure. I can understand that. You two know each other?
Well, Mr. Brimmer's done some work for me.
I see. I see. Some kind of security work, guards for the paper?
Oh, it's a personal matter. The point is, Lieutenant, I told Arthur on the phone I couldn't imagine you wouldn't accept a helping hand, considering the manpower shortage in your department.
You see, Mr. Brimmer used to be a police officer himself.
Well, that was a long time ago, but at least I can understand your problems, Lieutenant.
Well, now, listen, I said to Mr. Kennicott, I'm grateful for all the help I can get. I'm just not sure how my superior's going to take this.
That's already been taken care of.
It's just that Mr. Kennicott is anxious for a quick resolution to the case. You can understand that.
Well, naturally.
Well, good. I hope the association will be beneficial to you.
Oh, I'm sure it will. Yeah. You know, I suddenly feel very much more optimistic about this whole thing. General Hollister?
Yes?
I'm from the police, sir. My name is Columbo. Lieutenant Columbo.
Yes, Lieutenant?
I'm terribly sorry to disturb you, sir, but we have this report about this shooting.
A shooting?
Yes, sir. In this house.
That's quite an opening line, Lieutenant.
Sir, I'm sure it's just a crackpot complaint, but
But it's your job to follow it up.
Yes, sir.
I understand. I've had to do many unpleasant things myself in the line of duty. But may I ask, this alleged shooting, just who is supposed to have shot whom?
Well, you see, sir, we don't know exactly, only that the victim was wearing some kind of a uniform.
A uniform?
Oh, Mr. Kingston, I've been trying to reach you. I'm so terribly sorry.
Somebody broke in on his son.
Yes,
Nephew.
your uncle probably
I told him
came
about it.
downstairs.
Just got back to his
and there was a
apartment at 2
struggle.
o'clock.
His gun
Not
is
to
missing
some
from his desk.
Party at a gallery, he says.
There are 2 paintings missing, I think. I told him to hold everything for you.
Mr. Kingston, we've been waiting to dust some of these canvases for fingerprints. Evans wouldn't let us touch anything but the frames.
Well, it's perfectly all right, no problem, as long as you're careful. Now, which ones did you want?
These, right here.
I suppose he's gonna be your new boss, huh?
Well, I would hope he keeps on, keeps the house. After all, he's Mr. Matthews' only living relative. But really, sir, at a time like this...
Oh, listen, I'm sorry. Of course, you're absolutely right. Would you like to spend some time with your wife? I'm sure she's very upset.
Thank you.
Mr. Kingston, before you get too involved there, excuse me a minute,
Okay.
Captain. I wonder if maybe first you try to help me out with a problem that I have.
Yes.
It's this painting.
What's the problem? Haven't you ever seen people without faces before? They've loaned them out. You've heard of two-faced people, I suppose.
Oh, yes. But, you see, it's this crazy signature that bothers
De Groot. George De Groot. Quite famous.
I thought so. Isn't that funny? Because I noticed the signatures on this other painting. Does that say Birnbaum?
Yes, it does.
That's what I thought. Birnbaum. You think that these artists will be able to write more clearly?
Really, do you think all this is quite appropriate at this time, Mr.
Oh, I guess not. I realize that this has been a terrible shock for you. I want to express my deepest sympathy.
Thank you, Mr.
Lieutenant Columbo.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Tell me, Mr. Kingston, has anybody tried to rob this place before?
Certainly. This place is a magnet for art thieves. One of the finest collections in the world.
Is that so?
Yes.
Really? Very impressive.
Just once more to make sure I got things straight.
Gentlemen, please.
No, Peter, that's all right. Go on.
Now, Miss Chadwick, you said you went to bed at 9:30, right?
Yes,
And you took a sleeping pill before you retired.
that's right.
Well, would you mind telling me what happened after that?
Well, it was after 11. And I heard the glass break and the alarm go off, and I woke up.
You thought it was a burglar.
Yes, I thought it was a burglar. You see, it was pitch dark, and I was half asleep because I'd taken the sleeping pill, and I heard the glass break and the alarm go off. And so I reached for the gun. It was in the drawer beside my bed, and then I just started shooting. I didn't know what I was doing.
Gentlemen, we'll be available for questioning tomorrow. Right now, I'd like to see that Miss Chadwick gets some rest.
Right.
All right, fellas. Wrap it up.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Excuse me. Were you and your brother the only ones that were living here?
Yes. Well, except for Charles and the maid. My mother moved to Palm Desert after my father died.
Who is Charles?
The butler.
I suppose he's off tonight.
Yes.
Great big place, isn't it? Well, good night. Just one more thing.